Hey guys, welcome to Shoestring Congress. I'm Dave. I'm the guy on the East Coast in Pennsylvania. Nice to meet you. Caitlin and Robin, nice to meet you guys. I'm excited to be doing this with everybody, and I'm excited about this week's question. So let's get right into it. So this week's question was, are we slaves to advertising? This was Neil's question. And Neil and Caitlin too, you did your videos, and in your videos you kind of seemed to say that you thought maybe we might actually be slaves to advertising. But I think I'm going to have to disagree. Neil, I watched a bit of the movie They Live. It was interesting, excuse me. What the movie basically did was it said that all the things that are advertised to us, the humans, are really just part of this big scheme to control us and keep us asleep. And that the whole time we're being deceived into buying these things that we don't really need. The key thing there, I think, was that the humans themselves had no control over this because the advertising itself was a kind of mind control. They weren't free in that way. And I think that may be kind of like the slavery of the 1800s. The people were being used by the aliens for the aliens' own purposes, kind of like the way the slaves are being used by the slave masters for their own purposes. But I don't think the real world is really like that. In the real world, people are choosing to buy products that they actually want. We don't really choose to buy things unless we want them. At least for a second, for some reason. And that's actually what it really comes down to. It comes down to choice. One thing that I think is a huge component of slavery is that something that's imposed against the free will of the person who's a slave, the person experiencing it. Slaves don't usually choose to be slaves, and they usually don't enjoy it. But as consumers, I think we choose to live this life, and we enjoy the products that we use. Sorry. So anyway, alright, so that's a little bit about slavery. So what's advertising? That's the other question, right? Let's talk a little bit about that. I think advertising kind of gets a bad rap. It has a negative connotation, and I think it's just because maybe we have a narrow view of it. I think advertising's everywhere, and everyone's trying to sell something all the time. We can't really help it. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be a good or service. It could just be trying to sell themselves, their personal brand, just trying to get other people to like them or accept them. It's happening everywhere, and it always comes down to us to choose to buy what they're selling. Now, I will say, though, that maybe 20 to 25 years ago, like kind of the time when They Live was taking place, like the 80s, maybe were more slaves to advertising then because there were less choices. Now, what do I mean? I mean that, like, the only way that we found out about products were basically through TV, radio, and print media, which were more or less all controlled by these relatively large companies. Excuse me. But now, because of the internet, we don't have to take what these big companies are giving us. We have more choices to what we can consume, and this allows for more individualism. This is a part of our postmodern culture that we have now. We're getting a bunch of ideas and options all at once, and everyone's, basically just as good as the last one. And we as individuals have more of a chance for free thought now because we don't have to rely on what, a big corporation would want us to have. We can find out about products for ourselves. We can do it peer-to-peer, and we can go basically directly to the person who came up with the original idea. But again, it all comes down to choice. We can still fall into the same old traps when it comes to the internet as well. It comes down to what we value. Do we value individualism or going with the flow? In the end, it's our choice. We decide. We're not really slaves if we don't want to be. Alright, I'm an idiot, but I hope you guys understood what I was trying to do there. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you like it. We make new videos Monday to Friday. Come back tomorrow to see Robin's 2 cents on it. I hope you guys like it, and I'll see you next week. All right, bye.